The December 2nd meeting of the Transportation Technical Advisory Committee to order. James did just confirm that we have a quorum. We will jump right into the minutes from last month. Any questions or comments? If not, I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
This is Jeremy Skinner, so moved.
Ryan Fellows, second.
We have the motion and the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. All right, the minutes are approved. I do not have a chairman's report, so I will turn that right over to James for the secretary's report.
Yeah, we do have 3 items that I want to cover. The first is probably the easiest. Well, the first 2 are probably the easiest. First, in your packet was a 2021 TTAC meeting schedule. So you should have that in front of you. That should have been emailed out. Please take a look at it. We tried to make sure that we threw important dates on there, like quarterly tracking and all of those things of when they're estimated. If you have any questions about those, please see those. Let staff know. The one thing is we assume many of the meetings at the beginning of the year will be virtual as long as that authority is extended. We'll let you know if that changes. So no changes to the general first Tuesday of the month or the first Wednesday of the month. So that will remain the same time as well. The next item is the November administrative modifications. That's also included in your packet. Administrative modifications are items that the TTAC and the policy board have given staff the authority to make changes to the transportation improvement program in between board meetings. These are usually small corrective kind of actions, and those are in your packet as well as they are listed online. The last thing is I need some volunteers, and I need them for the selection of a nominating committee. We put together a nominating committee each year that does a thorough vetting of the candidates and hosts all of the TTAC officer debates that we hold, so that we can have a selection of officers, a slate of officers presented at the January board meeting. So I am looking for a few volunteers to be on that nominating committee to help us in selecting our 2021 TTAC officers.
Ty Adley, I'll sit on that again this year.
Thank you, Ty. Are there any other folks that would like to help Ty out? There's got to be at least one other person. Ty cannot be a committee of one. All right, Natasha has volunteered to help as well, Natasha Kaufman. All right, if anyone else is interested in volunteering and just didn't want to speak up during the meeting, please feel free to email me afterwards. It is not that time intensive of a process. So if you would like to volunteer, for resume building, it is a great opportunity. So if you do want to volunteer afterwards, please feel free to email me. That does conclude all of the items that I had for the secretary's report and that we needed to handle in the report section of the agenda.
All right, thank you, James. Is there any old business?
There is no old business today.
Any new business?
Yes, we do have a few items of new business. They are amendments to the 2020-2024 Transportation Improvement Program, and I'll let Ryan DeLine do that presentation.
Hello, good morning. We have 3 amendments this morning in 2 resolutions, all 3 of which stem from our most recent MACOG call for projects. To go over those, we start with Resolution 4220. This is sponsored by Mishawaka, and it is additional funds added to a project that was awarded by MACOG a few years back. So this project is basically expanding the bridge to allow for a pedestrian crossway to the River Park Walk in Mishawaka. If anybody has any questions, I can take those now. Otherwise, I'd ask for your endorsement of Resolution 4220.
Ryan Fellows, I move to endorse.
David Armstrong, second.
All those in favor of Resolution 42-20?
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution is so endorsed.
Moving into Resolution 43-20. This is a project that was recently been applied for in the city of Goshen. This is on Blackport Drive. It stretches from Monroe Street near their fairgrounds to Lincoln Avenue. It's a road reconstruction with the addition of a multi-use path / boardwalk. So that's item A. We're adding PE into the tip at this time. And then Resolution 43-20, item B, is also in Goshen. This was a new project that was applied for on College Ave between 9th Street and US 33. If anybody remembers, we awarded a project just to the east of it on College Ave in our last call. So this could be considered phase 2. And it's also the addition of PE into the tip. If anybody has any questions on item A or B of Resolution 4320, I can take those now. Otherwise, I'd ask for your endorsement.
Brent Warren, so moved.
Kyle Sylvia, second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
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 Any opposed? If not, Resolution 43-20 is approved. And we'll move on to Resolution 44-20 with James.
All right, Resolution 44-20 and the next resolution, Resolution 45-20, are very related items. These are all related to performance measures. So first I'll introduce Resolution 44-20. And actually, just to step back for a second, for those not familiar, the Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century, MAP 21, that was signed into law back in 2012. It introduced the concept of performance outcomes and performance measures into the transportation planning process. And then that was further supported by the FAST Act, the Fixing America's Surface Transportation Act in 2015. Since then, Federal Highway, USDOT has promulgated rules related to the performance measures and what those are. And so one of those is the safety target performance measures. This is an annual target, and this is a collaborative process to getting towards these numbers where the state DOT works with the MPOs and a number of other state offices to collect the data that is comprised of these 5-year rolling averages, and then establishes targets based on that data. If the state does not achieve those targets, they are penalized, and a portion of their funding has to be spent on dedicated safety programs like HSIP. So this is an annual performance measure. This is the performance measure for 2021. And it would establish, as you see on your screen, the 5 areas of number of fatalities, rate of fatalities per 100 million miles traveled, number of serious injuries, rate of serious injuries, and number of non-motorized fatalities and serious injuries. You can see those numbers on your screen. The MPO, once the state sets those numbers, we at MACOG have the choice to either set our own performance measures or to support the state target. Historically, we have chosen to support the state target, and we are recommending that we would support the state target again in 2021. If you have any questions, I could answer that at this time. Otherwise, we would be asking to support the calendar year 2021 safety performance measures for the state of Indiana.
Ryan Fellows, motion to support.
Jeremy Skinner, second.
All those in favor of Resolution 44-20?
Aye.
Any opposed? If not, Resolution 44-20 is endorsed.
Sorry, I always have to do the double unmute. All right, so Resolution 45-20. This is, again, a similarly related item, more performance measures. Some of the other performance measures outside of safety include pavement condition, bridge condition, and interstate freight reliability. These are three of the other performance measure areas. However, those performance measures are a 4-year period, unlike safety, which is an annual time period. After 2 years, though, the state has the ability to look at how they have been performing and then modify that after 2 years to modify that 4-year target. So the state, again, working with the metropolitan planning organizations like MACOG, the state has looked at that data, and they noticed that based on how Federal Highway had classified the ratings of good, fair, poor versus how the state had, that they were going to have a miscalculation. And so they are recommending a revision to the performance target that was previously established. And so the modification there would be the percent of interstate pavements in good condition from 84% to 50%. And that's basically because of the way that those items are defined. And then the percent of non-interstate NHS pavements, reducing that from 78.71% to 40%. Again, you see a modification to the bridge item, again, based on kind of a recalculation of the definition of good, fair, poor, meeting the federal definition and not the state's definition. And then for the interstate reliability as well. So these are the revised performance measures that the state has recommended in collaboration with MPOs. And again, that MACOG is wanting to support those revisions for that 4-year performance measure. If there are any questions, I can answer that now. Otherwise, we'd be asking for your endorsement of that support.
Ryan Fellows, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
But if we just ignore reality and define mediocre as good, then all of our roads will be good. So why are we allowing reality to stop us?
So it's really not a question of reality so much as it is a question of the definition. So INDOT is modifying the targets, and they are modifying them because of the definition of good. They established the adjusted targets based on kind of when the rules came out previously, there was a shortened window, and this was the first time that INDOT had the ability to set these performance measures for pavement, bridge, and interstate freight reliability. There was essentially a misunderstanding of the definitions of good, fair, poor. They set up a very in the end, they set up one that was not necessarily obtainable. So it was not the best understanding of the goal. And if they remain with that, there will be penalties. There is no incentivization to the performance measures that USDOT has set up. every time you don't achieve them, you are penalized. It's so in the end, it makes sense to make these revisions based on reality, based on what those numbers are, to reflect where those conditions are going to be, not to have these aspirational kind of metrics, but really a better understanding of where those definitions are is what the state has established.
James, that's a really excellent answer, and I had perhaps too dry and deadpan of a delivery of my question, so I didn't even get a smirk out of Ryan here or anything. So
no worries.
Here we go. I would move to endorse.
Jeremy Skinner, I'll second.
All those in favor of resolution 45-20?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? If not, resolution 45-20 is endorsed. And we'll move on to the staff update, starting with Ryan.
Just to follow up on a bit of the conversation we started earlier with the amendments, MACOG did just close a call a little bit ago and have scored through those projects that LPAs had applied for. We're in the position. We are at the point right now where we are finalizing our discussions on which projects will be selected, and soon we'll be reaching out to LPAs to discuss timelines and scoring rubric to define why they were selected or why they weren't. Does anybody have any questions on the MACOG call for projects? Okay, NDOT had also opened a call near and around the same time. This call closes for rural projects December 11th at 5 p.m. We have, I believe, 5 projects in the region that are applying for federal funds for various types of projects. And as always, MACOG staff is available to help with either any part of the application, some of the technical data you might need to collect, all the way to asset management, where it comes to helping you understand and rate roads and bridges. So, yeah. Anybody have any questions on the NDOT roll call? All right.
Yeah, just a quick item of note. The Office of Community and Rural Affairs has a new grant program called the Community Connection for People with Disabilities. This program is a grant program focused on working with the nonprofits that serve people with disabilities to provide them with better and meaningful virtual connections, as we've all been very physically distanced during this time period. The Office of Community and Rural Affairs is looking to bridge that physical divide that definitely can be felt by people with disabilities during this kind of pandemic. And so that is a grant program that is due January 10th. It is a very new grant program, so we wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. That's all that I had related to Okra's grant program.
Good morning, this is Elena Parrish. I have a quick update about the recreational trails program. This is just a reminder that they are doing a cycle for this year and applications are due on March 1st. This is a grant program that ranges in or from $50,000 to $200,000, and it is a matching grant, so you'd be responsible for 20%. If you're interested in applying or if you would like any more information, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to help. I have another update about the Indiana-Michigan River Valley Trail signage project. Last week we continued this and we completed a site visit for crossings from the State Line Road down to Douglas Road. we just looked at the different crossings to figure out the appropriate signage that's needed at each of those to keep everyone safe when you're using the trail. This is a continuation of the trail branding and wayfinding project, and it's serving as a pilot for the River Valley Trail as a whole, and is partially funded by a grant through the Visit South Bend Mishawaka. So we're looking forward to seeing this play out.
So my next update is in regards to asset management plans. These are plans that are due annually December 1st to Indiana LTAP and MACOG. We want you to know that MACOG's here to assist with those plans. Essentially, what's due to LTAP is goals and objectives, a 5-year plan for road paving program, and then an asset inventory. Now that asset inventory, I want you to know that we keep record of here, and I may end up reaching out to you one day to ask for your pager scores for a certain year, but I don't know if you can see the map. We also provide a visual as to what recommendations for each road segment looks like. I find this a very beneficial way to easily isolate what roads in the office you can aim at maybe going to do a site visit to see what type of work might be done. MACOG has assisted with 10 plans this year, and we had a few new ones, Sydney, Claypool, and we were able to work with Warsaw on getting their roads rated and asset management plans built. So again, this is something that if you want to apply for the Community Crossings grant, needs to be submitted to LTAP, and MACOG is always here to help out in that function. And everybody's favorite staff update is quarterly tracking, which is, I guess, now next month on January 6th. It will be right after TTAC, assuming a 9:30, 9:45 start. And this is just a quarterly report, which we go through all the projects that are in the TIP in order to ensure that nobody needs assistance and timelines are going to be able to be met, and a good opportunity to see each other face to face.
So the missionary MACOG has been assisting Kosciuszko County with a unified multi-jurisdictional comprehensive plan. They received some funding from the Lilly Foundation, Gift 7, and we have been assisting with kind of the administration of that process. We had published an RFP. We had 7 responses from very qualified, nationally recognized firms. We whittled that down through the evaluation scoring process to 3 firms, and we completed those interviews yesterday, or not yesterday, November 30th. We had a 3.5-hour session to do those interviews the day after Thanksgiving. It was a good way to jump back into the work week. And soon we have selected a consultant, and we'll be making those announcements shortly. So just wanted to give you an update as Kosciuszko County kind of works through that multi-jurisdictional comp plan process. Just wanted to give you that update.
Thanks, James. Do we have anyone wishing to speak during privilege of the floor?
We did not receive any items for privilege of the floor during kind of the pandemic and virtual meetings. We asked that the public please send us emails to the MACOG dir@macog.com email, and we have not received any since last meeting. And
all right, thanks, James. If there's no other business, then we would need a motion to adjourn.
Ryan Fellows, I did have one other comment. I don't know if I should have emailed it in first or whatever, but I'm a little bit late because November is classically the month that we are expressing our thankfulness, but I will take this opportunity to express my thankfulness for just the truly excellent work that our MACOG staff does. Just truly tremendous work. As some of you may know, I used to work for an MPO, the Southwest Michigan Planning Commission, and I know how much goes into what an MPO does and the related work. And every time I've interacted with all the staff, not just for transportation, but for other realms, it's always been top-notch quality, and that's to be commended and thanked. And there you go.
Thank you, Ryan. And I know we have an amazing staff that do a ton of hard work, and so I really appreciate your acknowledgement of that. Related to the things that we're thankful for, if we had one quick second before we adjourn, I did want to thank someone who is on the line, Joyce Newland, who has her hand up.
Yeah.
So she has raised her hand to talk, but I'm going to take a minute to say thank you, Joyce. Joyce is retiring at the end of this year, and I want to thank Joyce for just all of her hard work, all of her dedication that she has provided to Federal Highway and her government positions before that. But she's been an amazing resource for us at MACOG, and we'll be sad to see her see her go. But we're excited about all of the different golf opportunities that may lie ahead, or Irish dancing opportunities in tournaments. But we want to thank you for just all your years of service at Federal Highway and everything that you've done for us here at MACOG, and your advice and kind of help and assistance. It's been greatly appreciated. So thank you.
Well, I think Ryan Fellows just echoed exactly what I was thinking. You guys are an amazing staff. You guys do great work and everything. And I really have enjoyed working with you guys over the years, and love lots of conferences being held up there in your guys' area. That's been wonderful. And I'm going to miss y'all. I did want to take this opportunity to introduce Erica Tate. She is on the technical committee list here that I see. And Erica Tate will be your new Federal Highway contact. And I don't know if Erica, if you just want to say hello or anything, but I just wanted to make sure you guys are going to be in very capable hands with Erica. She was a MPO director herself down in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And so anyway, I'll turn it over to Erica.
Hi, everyone. I look forward to working with you all. Of course, Joyce is leaving some really big shoes to fill, but I look forward to getting to know you all more and learning about all the great things you're doing in that area. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Joyce.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good holiday.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak? If not, we'll just need a motion for adjournment.
I at least so moved.
Do we have a second?
Ryan Fellows, second.
Thanks, everyone. We are adjourned.
Thank you all, and we'll be in touch on the January meeting. You saw when quarterly tracking is. We assume that meeting, both those meetings will be virtual, but we'll let you know if anything changes. I hope all of you have a happy holidays, and we'll see you in 2021.